Good morning, folks. Welcome to another stream in season 4. We are building AI agents. This is day 2 of season 4. I hope you're all doing great. Hello, Factorial. Chalo start kare. Today's stream is going to be a short one. So, without further ado, let's get into it. If you have been following me over the last 4 months, actually, you would know that we have been building an AI application. In today's app, we are gonna be doing a little bit of debugging. I'm gonna start my servers. Meanwhile, if you are here, please say hello in the chat so I know that you've joined. And also, where are you joining me from and what time is it there? I am in Seattle. It is 10:04 a.m. here. I have a doctor's appointment at 11 o'clock, so I need to go pretty soon. So let's get going. And I'm gonna get my servers running meanwhile. Node-mon source. All right. Hey, Arya, welcome. Factorial, I think you are both new here, so welcome. Azimuddin, good to see you. I think you are both new here, so welcome. Azimuddin, good to see you. My servers running already. Okay, address already. Both new here, so welcome. Azimuddin, I have got my servers running already. If I give it a reload, okay, address already. Both new here, so welcome. Sweet. Okay. Azimuddin, I have got my servers running already. Okay, address already. Both new here, so I have reloaded this app. Azimuddin, I have got my servers running already. Okay, address already. Both new here, so I have reloaded this app. Azimuddin, I have got my servers running already. Okay, address already. Both new here, so I have reloaded this app. Azimuddin, I have got my servers running already. Okay, address already. Both new here, so I have reloaded this app. Azimuddin, I have got my servers running already. Okay, address already. Both new here, so I have reloaded this app. Azimuddin, I have got my servers running already. Okay, address already. Both new here, so I have reloaded this app. Azimuddin, I have got my. You are right. Wait, how? Why was I not listening to it? It's because my computer is on mute. Thank you for letting me know, Azimuddin and Vineet. Let's see. I hope it's not happening anymore. New here, so wow, that was pretty bad. Thank you for letting me know. Fixed. Awesome. Okay, so what I was saying is that we yesterday, if you joined, you would probably remember that we were having an issue. So if I got season 4, check out season 4. Yesterday there was an issue where it said all data ref is undefined. Hey, Akash Gupta, RIP ears. Oh, apologies. Okay, so I fixed that issue apparently. So we're gonna do a little bit of testing of the app today because we have very little time today. I want to spend this time kind of figuring out what are some bugs that the app is having and what we need to do. So remember yesterday we talked about this, like we're making agents, right? So we need to create a tool that parses subjective text to quantifiable information, which means that I'm saying looking for a 3-bedroom house in, actually let's say like apartment. We haven't been searching apartments. 1-bedroom apartment in downtown Seattle. So this is a pretty like not subjective, but this is a pretty like vague statement. Downtown Seattle, like how far? We haven't given it the range, so let's give it a range. In the range of I don't know, 200,000. Actually, you may not be able to find anything in 200,000 to 900,000. So I'm giving it a range, and this is not something that I have done before. Usually I would say like in the starting limit of this and the ending limit of this. So I'm giving it a new prompt. So let's see how that works. And if I hit search, I should be seeing what the API sees in my console over here. Okay, so this is what I see. I see a nice to haves. I see a price starting, which is good. Price ending is good. Um, and it has been able to correctly parse that out. However, it did not know that I'm looking for something in downtown Seattle. Now that is something I need for my tool to kind of know where to look for an apartment. So let's do that. Let's actually add a new field so that it understands where the location is. Location is important for us. And we have our APIs, our LLM API in LLM.js. This is where we actually define like how we want it to parse, how we want the LLM to parse. So let's create a new field here called location. And this will be a string, not an array. And then actually this AI was super helpful. It said optional, and actually it is optional for me. And I would say something like location preferences of the user. Return as a string. If nothing is passed, return empty string. I think this is good. Okay. Alrighty, so location, actually I see in here that location has came as blank, which is good. And now if I type again, looking for a 1-bedroom apartment, and I'm gonna keep the typos in as well, just see how it breaks and if it breaks. So let's say looking for a 1-bedroom apartment in downtown Seattle. And there's a little bit of like UI glitch as well, where like the UI kind of shrinks. We'll take care of that. Okay, so now it knows location is downtown Seattle. Perfect. Now what happens if I don't give the downtown location, but I would say close to restaurants in downtown. Let's just say downtown in Seattle. Let's do that. Restaurants and bars in Seattle. So, okay, so nice to have these restaurants and bars. Nice, that's good. And then I haven't given it a like downtown Seattle, so it just knows location is Seattle. Now, if I remove this in central part of town, we're just testing the app. We're just seeing what prompts we need to pass and how we have to make our app robust so that it understands the prompts that users would send, right? All right, so now I said central part of town, so it understands that the location is central part of town. Good. Now we can use this information, send it over to our tool, and it can understand what central part of town is. So that's good. What other prompts should I send? Let me know in the chat if you have a prompt you want me to test. Let's also try looking for a 2-bedroom rental apartment. I've never tested this. Let's see what happens. Okay, it was able to actually easily parse that. We haven't actually determined that these houses could be rental as well. As of now, our API assumes that we're looking for a house to buy. But we could easily be looking for a house for rent as well. Hey, Yoneers, how are you? Interesting username. So let's do that. I think what we do is in our Zillow API, and I believe that is in API.js. This should really be renamed API/API.js. I think here, when I actually call my API, when I call the Zillow API, I'm sending it as a house, but I could probably change that. Property type, home type, there it is. And then the home types comes from, say, property to DB, who's calling this function, properties response. I'm unable to understand what is the use of LangChain when we have well-documented APIs from different LLMs. So think of LangChain as sort of a framework on top of these LLMs. And so right now I'm actually using OpenAI. Yesterday I was having an issue where I ran out of OpenAI credits, and I wanted to, like, people were suggesting in the chat that I should switch to Gemini. If I had not integrated with LangChain, it would be really hard. I would have to like I would have to read the documentation of LangChain of Gemini and then change my code. But now I can just simply swap out OpenAI with LangChain with Gemini with just one line of code. So it makes it very easy to keep your code abstracted away from the low level APIs. Discord notification. What do you mean? Okay, add a response dot location city is string city. Where is save property to DB? I think this happens when I actually look for the property. So I've got fetch properties, listing status. Okay, this is where I'm passing in location. I can change this location. But before I change the city, this is actually a little bit different than the location that I'm looking for here, because in here I'm actually looking for a more regional, more localized location. Like I could be like downtown Seattle, or I could be like suburban Seattle, or I could be like close to a lake. But then in on my code on the left side, that is actually the city that I need to send to my API. So I'm not going to add my location here. However, I do need to add a property type, and I think I'm not looking for a property. I'm not sending that property type here. This is what I'm gonna pull up from my API. And I'm using Zillow API. So let's go ahead and look at the documentation for Rapid API, Zillow Working API. I need a apartment type, and I'm looking for search by address. Oh, thanks, Azimuddin, for sending the notification. That's such an intriguing project. Thank you. I'm having a lot of fun building this. Okay, what is the API endpoint we're using? I think I'm using, they also have a by AI prompt. By address, autocomplete, property info, by property address. Okay, I totally forgot which was the endpoint. I think I have it somewhere here. There it is. Search by address. Okay, so search by property address. That's this one. Oh, there it is. By address. Okay, so the params here are location. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it says that the location can be a neighborhood as well, or it can be a city. I hope this is big enough for you to see. But if you see here, it says an enter an address, neighborhood, city, or zip code. So that's good, because now we can just send that location over to our API itself. We don't have to worry about like thinking about which city it is in. So let's go ahead and open our API.js. I'm gonna close everything else. Close others. Now location, it's already telling me like update this. So let's update that. All right, so property requirements or location. Otherwise, let's look up in Seattle, Washington. Now property type also, I believe it has homes for you. Let's also add a sort order of price low to high. I do like that. Why is this not working? Okay. Price low to high. Oh, screw it. Okay, listing status for sale, for rent. Let's change this. So listing status is for sale or for rent. Here, I could add, can you tag hyperachievers? Yeah, let me do that. Azimuddin, if you're interested, I could make you a mod. Since you are joining all of the streams, it would be super helpful. Reply. Hyperachievers. Okay, done. Alrighty, so listing status is something that we can add here. So instead of for sale, we should add, we should pick it up from the prompt itself. So we can say something like properties requirements dot listing status. If it's not given, then for sale is fine. And I think it needed a, if I have for sale, and then if I test this, and then the request was for underscore sale, for underscore sale. There you go. Alrighty, so let's test that. Properties requirements dot listing status is what I need to add. So let's go ahead and add that to my app.jsx file. Actually, not app.jsx. It is going to be the LLM.js file. And now here I'm going to add, what is it? Listing status. Listing status. Describe status preferences written if. Is it rental property or for sale? Return as a string. If nothing is passed, return for sale. Okay. Alrighty, let's test this now. And if I go back to my app, okay, can you all hear me still? Testing, 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 testing. All right, let me check analytics, stream health. We can hear you, but screen is stuck. Oh, weird. Okay, let's go back to chatting. It's a shooting in the wild. Weird. Okay, I know what to do. Okay, how is this? Okay, I hope it's back again. It feels like it's back again. Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you, Akash. I think I know what's happening. My computer is running out of memory because I recorded a video last night and I think my storage is full. Let me check. Huh. Okay, great now. Sweet. All right. Have tons of storage, so I have no idea why it started glitching. But hopefully we're good now. Um, if it still breaks, let me know. But let's keep going. All right. Back to screen share. Cool. So what we were talking about was that we want to share return Seattle. Return. We want to actually add whether the user is looking for a list for like a rental property or a sale property, right? So that's what I added here. I have a listing status. Is it a rental property or for sale? Return as a string. If nothing is passed, return for sale. So I'm just trying to make it a little bit more granular in terms of what it's looking for from the text that the user has sent. Still lagging after some seconds. Ugh, let's see. Oh, Oh, it's still breaking again. It sucks. Okay, I'm gonna reduce it a little bit more. It's gonna be a little bit grainy, but hopefully it won't be stuck. If only I could afford the dream home. All of us, bro, all of us, not just you. Okay, I'm gonna close Google Chrome and hopefully my computer feels better after that. Y'all are still with me, right? I guess someone hacked your Wi-Fi and downloading GTA 6 now. Okay, y'all are still with me? Okay, I'm also gonna do one more thing, which will hopefully fix it. Thanks, you nerds. We can hear you perfectly. Okay, sweet. Um, okay, everything seems okay. Sweet. Um, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna guess that you can still hear me. So I'm gonna describe this audio for you so you can understand. Video seems smoother now. Okay, sweet. I think it was actually Google Chrome. Freaking Google Chrome. I have to change my browser. All right, so let's do this. I am not going to open Google Chrome because I have 15 minutes left and let's get through this app. So basically, we've added a location, and as of now, what we send over to the user is price ending, price starting, bedrooms, bathrooms, nice to have, location, and listing status. I also want to check. Now it is fixed. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna open. I'm gonna open Safari. Actually, why not? And I'm gonna test this with Safari, not Google Chrome. I think I had too many tabs open. Localhost 5173. Safari is like make me default. Alrighty, now if I look for Chris, how's it going? Struggles of a full-time content creator. Tell me about it. I've got too many tabs open. I've got too much on my computer. Looking for a content creator. Looking for a 3-bedroom. Let's try this. Rental house. Rental house. Okay, so listing status already picked up rental. Nice. Hey, it actually searched for it multiple times. Why is that happening? Nice to have this backyard, nice neighborhood, proximity to schools. That's a problem. It shouldn't be looking for it multiple times. Oh my god, I'm gonna exhaust my OpenAI credits again. Why not TypeScript? It's annoying to write types, but still. That's actually on my radar, like on my list to do, convert it to TypeScript. Um, the new file that I've written in agents that is in TypeScript, but I haven't converted the entire code base to TypeScript just yet. Also, it's just me working on this, so I didn't see the need for adding TypeScript in the get go itself from the get-go itself, but that is on my radar. Ready for the next conference? What other conference are you going to? Ikam Joel, it's so good to see you after so long. How are you? Nice to have you back as well. Okay, so all right, so look at this. It says looking for a three-bedroom rental house. All right, so we sent that over. Location Seattle, listing to start as rental, but the price rending ending is still, what is this, 100,000? That is a lot. Of course, we don't need a property that has that kind of price rental. So we can change that for rental properties. And then for, if not passed, for properties on sale. No, on properties for sale. So hopefully it shouldn't give it a price ending anymore. Let's try it. Looking for a 3-bedroom rental house. All right, so that didn't change, but let me change the prompt. If not passed, if property is turned for properties that are sale, zero otherwise. Okay, hopefully it understood what I'm trying to say. Ending price of budget, return 100,000 for properties that are on sale, that are for sale, or zero otherwise. Let's try that again. Looking for a 3-bedroom rental house in Seattle. Okay, that's the error that keeps coming up. All right, cool. So now it actually says price ending is zero, price starting is zero, bedrooms 3, bathrooms 1, listing start as rental. Nice. And now if I remove the rental from here, it should give me 100,000. Oh, weird. Okay, so it actually calls it twice for some reason. That is a problem. But the first time it says 100,000, the second time it says price ending zero. Listing status is correct for both of them. So that's a problem. I don't know why it's calling it twice. I have a feeling that it's because it's cached, and it causes it to re-render. I don't know why it should re-render. Oh, it could also be because of the recommendation engines at the bottom. So that's something we have to test, and I'm gonna add that as a to-do. It should not be calling the property. It should not be calling the API twice. Where's my bug fix? Do not call LLM API multiple times on search. And let's move it at the top because this sounds like a more important bug than the other ones. We were about to debug requests being sent twice. Yesterday, you mean? I want to do React Miami, but I will probably won't make it, but I will be in Melbourne, Florida. Oh, nice. That's where the $10 bill came from. I know, right? It's because I keep calling it. Also, like every time I'm testing, I'm actually calling OpenAI as well. So I need to have a button that says turn off OpenAI. Oh, hey, Jay Sir, thank you for following. All right. what do we want to do now? Oh yeah, we have this recommendation engine. So if we click like, we should see it at the bottom. We should see more properties popping up. You see, we have like this grayscale thing, but it actually doesn't show any properties yet because I think I have it off. Let me go and look. My property, my component is called recommendation property. Oh, wait, what does it say? Oh, that's fine. So I have a console log, fetch recommendations, and then properties listing if recommended properties dot map. Most likely this is empty. That's why I'm seeing this grayed out thing, but nothing in recommended properties. And where does recommended properties come from? Use recommended property store. Oh, this is where I'm using Zustand. Recommended properties, use recommended property store, state of recommended properties. Okay, so it's actually looking for the liked property. But what is this liked property? I think I need to have liked property dot ID or something because I'm just checking against an object. Liked property. So let's try that again. If I hit like, and somehow I have to open my console. Debug console. Oh my god, not here. Where is my debugger here? This is why I don't use Safari. Safari open developer console. Safari menu preference select advanced tab. Why? Settings, advanced. Developer console by clicking on develop show JavaScript console. What? What? I don't see anything. Then show features for web developers. Where the heck is this? Oh, there it is. Why do you make it so hard? Okay. Okay, now if I right click, inspect element. There we go. Damn. Console. Alrighty. So what do I see? The tag IV is unrecognized in this browser. Where's that coming from? Property details page. It looks so cool. I wonder when I'll be able to make cool stuff like this. If you just follow the tutorial, you'll be able to make it, Vedang. It looks complicated, but believe me, you'll be able to follow it in no time. Okay, it says I have a weird element here. So let's see. IV. I don't see IV anywhere. IV. Is there an element called IV? I don't see IV. Oh, there it is. Smart. Okay. Okay. What I was looking for was actually the property that I want to like, right? So I'm going to go back to my recommendations, and then here actually it knows like property dot this. This is pretty small, but hopefully this is visible if I zoom in. And then I've got zip ID here, Zillow ID. That's what I need. So I'm going to do like property dot zpid because I don't want to check against an object. Objects are unstable. So I'm going to give it a like property dot zpid. And if that is done, or if that changes, then I want to fetch recommendations again. So I'm going to reload this. And like this page. Now liked property is this, and I've got Do I fetch recommendations? If I was fetching recommendation, I'd be looking property, and I do have property here. Nice. And then I do have a properties result here, which I am seeing right here. Okay. So I do have that. And then if I go at the bottom, I'm still not seeing my recommendation. So let's see what's going on. Properties result is this. That's an array. Perfect. And then I pass in properties array, properties result down to my properties here, recommended properties, I'm guessing. If this exists, then you create this. Oh, you know what? I think the problem might be in here, property card. So property card is a property.id. Good. Oh, that's the problem. Okay, the problem is that we actually don't even have anything to show in here. We just have a score and that's it. So what we need to do actually is use this property ID. This is actually the ID from our database, Convex. We have stored a property there. We need to use this ID and fetch from the database. That's something we had to do, but we just forgot to do it. It's almost time for me to go. But before I go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a score here, property.score. Or rather, let's go to property card. And then in property card, I have, see, I can't use property card in here. Let's do this. I'm going to create a span. Actually, let's create a paragraph. I don't want to write spans. And then here I'm just going to add the property dot score. And this way I'll know that if something exists, then I'm rendering something and I'm just rendering a blank page. Underscore score, actually. Property underscore score. What's the problem? Must be rapid and closing tag. What did I do? Property dot underscore score. Okay, I gotta like head out, but I'm gonna pause this in here. Add this to my GitHub so I can come back and keep working on this. Git commit. Work in progress. Recommendation engine. Hit push. Sweet. Okay. I've pushed everything to Git, and this is where we're going to stop. Because I have a doctor's appointment, I got to go run to the doctor. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I'm going to see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. again. Don't forget to check out the GitHub repo if you're interested in the code. The GitHub repo is on my Git at GitHub/Shruti Cannot have multiple child. Oh, that could be the problem. Learning AI. I'm gonna fix that later. Learning AI. This is where the Git is. Don't forget to check that out, and I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bye, folks.